All right, I think that we can start now. Hello again, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Victoria Abramenko. I'm a technical growth manager at Wialon, and I'll be guiding you through today's update. Welcome to our webinar, Make the Most of the Latest Wialon Updates, February 2026. Today's topic really speaks for itself. We'll be going through the most important recent updates across Wialon and discussing how you can use them in your daily operations. Before we dive into the updates themselves, I'd like to make just a couple of quick announcements. The first one here in this slide, you see our plans for 2026. We are organizing 3 trips across Latin America and attending GITEX Global in Dubai. As Berk Insights ranks Wialon among the top fleet management platforms in Latin America by connected vehicles, our focus on the region is natural. We're also expanding online with a global program to connect communities worldwide. So scan the QR code to learn more and choose what suits you, and let's meet soon. Also, you see our announcement of community open mic webinars. We're bringing value to others in the ecosystem. The format is simple. It's 30 minutes for the presentation, followed by 10 minutes for a Q&A. We host 1 speaker per session, and the webinars take place twice a month on Tuesdays. Our upcoming webinar is called Unlocking New Opportunities with the Wialon API. The speaker is Sergey Gavrinov from Asset Check. It will take place on the 3rd of March at 3 p.m. UTC plus time. To join, please scan the QR code on the slide. If you'd like to become a speaker, email us at marketing@wialon.com, ask about the nearest available slot, and share the topic you'd like to present. There's no heavy preparation and no complicated approval process. Moderation is minimal. You choose the topic, we'll take it from there and help you get scheduled. We've also launched an upcoming releases section in the Help Center to give you better visibility into features currently in progress across Wialon Hosting, Wialon Platform, and Wialon Mobile. Please scan the QR code to explore planned updates, track what's coming next, and stay aligned with our product roadmap. And in future, the similar webinar, you know about the recent updates better than the presenter themselves. We've launched a place where you can get answers to all your Wialon related questions, my request in my.wialon.com. From there, you can reach out to any Wialon team with your questions, create new inquiries in just a few clicks, see all open and resolved requests, search and filter requests by topic and status, return to previous conversations anytime, keep the full history of communication in just one place. As soon as you submit a question, it is immediately picked up by Lona, our new AI assistant. She's trained on thousands of pages of Wialon documentation and internal support workflows. Under the hood, Lona also works with specialized AI assistants developed by Wialon teams, each trained in a specific area from technical knowledge to marketing. And here we go. Finally, we are ready to get down to our main agenda. Today, I'll walk you through the key Wialon updates introduced over the past year. We'll focus on 4 areas: monitoring, CMS, mobile, and integrations. And most importantly, how these changes help you work more efficiently in real projects. Let's start with video, one of the most actively evolving areas. Video functionality is now enabled by default for all top-tier accounts. You can also store video not only in Wialon Cloud, but on any S3-compatible storage, either shared across clients or separated per customer. It is particularly useful when you need to customize storage limits per unit or meet specific data residency and compliance requirements for your clients. To help control costs and usage, a new traffic counter shows how much video traffic each unit consumes, with visual alerts as limits are approached. And finally, saving video around events is now more flexible. Instead of fixed before-after split, you can decide how the 60-second window is distributed, both in playback and in notifications. Reporting as well received a large set of practical improvements. Administrative unit fields now can be used in reports same way as custom fields. Which removes the need for external processing. You can see it in the slide. So you just create a custom column. In the formula section, you specify the admin field with the admin field name, and as a result, you get it in the report. Geofence logic is more flexible. You can define whether an exit is detected by the first message outside of the zone or the last one inside. You can now track not only time spent inside geofences, but also periods outside them. Users can now choose to show intervals inside, outside, or both through the new interval type setting in the report tables. The enhancement simplifies monitoring. Users can now track time when the unit leaves designated area using only geofence data without configuring additional setups. Well, monitoring is not only about data volume, but also about data quality. Not every tracker incident requires urgent action, but each one is an important signal. The goal is not to overwhelm users with alerts, but to help you define what normal and healthy behavior looks like for your specific device and operational scenario. With the recent updates, Health Check is now more configurable. You can define how long a condition must proceed before it becomes an incident, from 1 minute to nearly 30 days. This gives you much greater control over what is considered a real issue, especially for fleets with different operating schedules or planned downtime. Additionally, messages containing filtered GNSS data are now visually highlighted in the Messages tab. This makes it much easier to validate data and troubleshoot GPS-related issues. The fuel fillings and battery charges and the fuel drains table now show start and end times, and the new incomplete interval option lets you decide whether to include events that don't fully fit into the reporting period, improving accuracy and consistency. Now, moving from monitoring improvements to system administration, let's look what has changed in CMS. Activation codes have become much easier to manage, especially for temporary or seasonal projects. Activation codes now live in a dedicated tab, giving a clearer overview when working at scale. Each unit shows how long its activation remains valid, helping you anticipate the activations. To reduce errors in third-party systems, new codes are generated in lowercase only. Overall, this makes billing automation more predictable and reduces manual intervention. Moving on to our unit lifecycle transparency. We've improved how Wialon handles unit deletion reasons, a feature that is especially valuable for those of you working with dealer networks or multiple sub-accounts. The list of deletion reasons has been restructured to make it clearer and easier to use. Users can now select more than one reason when deleting a unit, and these reasons are stored in the trash. What's important is that deletion reasons can now be used as filters, making it easier to analyze why units are being removed and identify patterns across accounts or dealers. The next CMS improvement is focused on system configuration and communication reliability. For those of you using a custom email sender, SMTP settings can now be verified directly in the CMS manager. Instead of testing configurations indirectly, a new verify button allows you to check the connection instantly. Once you push it, if everything is in order, a test email arrives. If something is misconfigured, Wialon clearly explains what went wrong, making it much faster to fix issues and ensuring notifications and reports are sent reliably from your own email domain. All right, and now let's move from administration to day-to-day work and see what's new in the mobile app. The mobile app continues to move closer to full operational parity with the web interface. Users can now open sensor charts with a single tab directly from the Info tab. Then drivers can be assigned or unassigned on the go, including bulk actions and quick search. Yep, here we go. Then track playback is now available directly from the History tab. Tapping a day or trip immediately opens the track with the correct vehicle and time interval applied. You can see it in the slide. All right, I guess that the idea is clear. Finally, let's look at integration updates that expand how Wialon connects with external services. Wialon now supports deeper integration with Twilio, a leading cloud communications platform. With this integration, you can use Twilio not only to send SMS messages, but also to receive them, enabling two-way SMS communication directly within notifications and commands. This gives much more flexibility when working with commands and alerts, while also helping you significantly reduce SMS costs compared to traditional operator-based messaging. Another integration worth mentioning is WASL. WASL is a region-specific integration used in Saudi Arabia, where transportation companies must transmit fleet data to government platforms for compliance purposes. We continue expanding support by adding more WASL protocols. So, while WASL is geographically specific, it is an important example of how Wialon adapts to local compliance needs and support partners operating in regulated markets. And now is the most important part, or at least, well, the most interactive, the demo. I'm going to show you a couple of those features live. And let's start with, say, video, just like we started our presentation. If you happen to enter your Wialon hosting from your top user and you don't see a video tab there, however, I told you that it is enabled for everyone by default. Most likely you need to go to customize the menu option and enable the tab. And provided that other settings are completed in the CMS, you'll be able to start working with the video right away without having to contact us to enable services. Then here you see the label that shows how much traffic data is used. Then we go to notifications, where I will show you this flexible fragment duration option. Suppose you want to create a notification that saves video's file. Let us go all the way to this point. And now you can define the fragments length before the event and after. Well, you might want to have it a little bit longer before to analyze what happened, why the incident was captured, right? So you may want to specify just a longer period for that. I will cancel it. And also, let us go to the CMS manager here and have a look at this new action, manage storages, where you can add your external video storage. All right. Another thing is geofence exit in the report. Let's go to reports and generate a geofence one for like yesterday. And I want you to have a closer look and pay attention to the total duration. Let me just, So the total duration shows it, well, most obviously. You have here 131803, right? What if we change the way it defines the exit? It is done in the template settings, very important. So we go to settings, we go to general, and here hides the geofence exit setting. Now it's defined by the last message inside geofence. What if we want it to be first message outside? We select it, we execute it, and essentially the duration in has become longer just because the definition has changed. That was it. Let's have a look at the unit activation codes. I told you that it now lives in a separate tab. So those of you working with activation codes now can find them there. So you can work with the codes, So filter them, see what units they're assigned to, what users they're shared with. And then in the units information, you can see the active until tab. So the tab just helps users understand, right, how much time the unit's going to be active. Let us have a look at the unit deletion reasons now. Let's go back to my CMS manager and say I'm a user who wants to delete dozens of units. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Now I want to remove them. And I'm prompted to a window that asks me to specify the reasons. You can clearly see that I can select as many as I want. All right, that was the first one. Then the units go to trash. So as the filter, so we have a filter here, unit deletion reasons. And suppose I want to know why exactly my customers are leaving me and or how many are leaving because of a termination of payment. This is what I do. I just select the filter and here we go. I can see and, well, make certain conclusions on why this thing is happening. And last but not least, SMTP 7. Let us go to my billing plan with my custom email sender. To check if everything is set up correctly, I need to specify my email address here. Right, and I now hit verify. Let's see. I was told that the message was sent. Let us see if we have one here. Well, this is what the message looks like. It's supposed to instantly come. Let's see if it does. Yeah. Here we go. Now we see that SMTP setting successfully tested. Great. But what if I make a mistake? What if something is not right? Let's check this scenario as well. So I changed the protocol here. Verify. You now see that it takes a bit longer. Okay, here we go. And I have an error message that clearly tells me that I'm using a wrong server. Okay, this is how it works. As simple as that. That was it with the demo. And now, before we wrap up, I'd like to briefly introduce Wialon Platform, our newest product in the Wialon ecosystem. Wialon Platform allows service providers to build and launch their own branded fleet management solutions without development overhead, using ready infrastructures and flexible configuration tools. With Wialon Platform, you can build unique apps with tailored features to match fleet needs, launch projects in days without development overhead, and scale as fleets grow, offer breakthrough solutions under their own brand. The platform ideally suited for small and mid-sized fleets, compliance-driven regions such as Europe, and businesses ready to scale. Let's briefly look at what Wialon Platform actually includes. As its core, the platform provides essential fleet digitalization tools, real-time tracking, geofencing, notifications, and other key monitoring capabilities that form the foundation of any modern fleet management solution. On top of these core tools, FleetSpace introduces several features that make it especially powerful and ready for real-world operations. First, built-in tachograph remote download, which helps companies ensure EU compliance without relying on external systems. Second, a dedicated Wialon Driver app that supports vehicle inspections, checklists, allowing fleets to standardize daily inspections and keep everything documented. And finally, a customizable interface with flexible dashboard, so each customer workspace can be adapted to their specific operational needs. Behind all of these features, there is a strong technical foundation that makes Wialon platform scalable and reliable. First, the platform is powered by Flespi, a high-performance backend capable of processing massive volumes of live data without slowing down. This ensures stable fleet connections, fast device integrations, and ability to scale services as your projects grow. Second, Wialon supports a wide range of devices, around 1,400 types from over 100 manufacturers worldwide. And this list continues to expand. That gives you flexibility when working with different hardware ecosystems. The platform also provides a robust API, enabling seamless integrations with third-party systems and external business tools. And finally, everything is backed by reliable GDPR-compliant data centers. All of this together ensures that Wialon platform is not just feature-rich, but technically solid and ready for large-scale deployment. The Summit app Wialon platform is built to give you real ownership. You're not just reselling a solution, you can customize it, brand it, and share it to match your customers' needs. The platform works like a modular system, allowing you to combine components without development overhead. It's evolving quickly with frequent releases and continuous improvements every 2 weeks. Today was just a brief overview. We'll host a dedicated webinar focused entirely on Wialon platform soon. And if you'd like to explore it earlier, we're happy to arrange personal demos tailored to your projects. Well, there are many more capabilities available. You can explore them in detail later by scanning this QR code and reviewing the full materials. I will just give you a moment if you'd like to scan the QR. Right. A lot of answers have been provided. Let me check the Q&A. So I suggest that we do the following. All those questions related to Wialon platform are covered during another dedicated webinar a bit later. I see that there is a question about availability in Portuguese. Yeah, it is available in a couple of more languages on top of English, and I think Portuguese included. If you scan the QR code that was on the previous slide, you may have already opened an article that prompts what languages the platform is available in. Then, but all the questions in detail will be covered later. For those who want to schedule a separate demo, please contact your personal manager. I think that's the best approach. Okay, then let me see. Which devices do you support as camera systems? Do you mean, Marcus, which cameras Wialon supports? Well, if you go to wialon.com hardware section, you can check what devices Wialon supports. Let me see, go through the platform in depth. Yes, if you contact your personal manager, you can go through platform in depth and find out all the information about it. Right. When will your new user interface be available? Darren, is it possible to specify what exactly you mean, what new user interface? That would be awesome. All right, let me see if all the questions are covered. So here's another question from Alasdair, right? Is there any plans to have an automatic deletion of stored video files? A lot of policies in the UK do not allow the video to be stored on servers for more than 28 days. At the moment, we have to delete manually. Oh, that's curious. I'm not sure if I have an answer right away, but I believe that we will have it noted and we'll think of it. Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Can I bind host Wialon now? So yeah, you can contact your personal manager and see what options are there. But yeah, I believe so. I hope and on topic, I have cameras to be installed in mobile units. Can I use this platform for them? I'm not sure I understand. I need more details. So later on our last slide, well, the QA session is over. You'll see a couple of email addresses. That would be cool if you just email us about your particular case, because I'm not sure I understand what cameras you mean, and we will just have a look at it personally. What else? If I would like to receive video storage space for a product such as Concox camera, is that possible? A reserve, I'm sorry. If I'd like to reserve video storage space for a product such as Concox. What do you mean by reserve video storage space? Do you mean like a personal, like external storage? What exactly is the question? If you could specify, that would be amazing. We got a preview last year of a new look UI with new styling that moved away from the dated look of Wialon UI. I will run from the same database as Wialon. It will run from the same database Wialon, but it will look very different, feels more modernized, simplified. Okay, Darren, is there a question though? I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. Yeah, the email will be, listed here. I think that's a good time to say, well, thank you, and to share all email addresses where you, if you want, can send detailed questions. Then, Victoria, I think that a functionality that allows the user to have a more complete control about the messages, like a hexadecimal view of the package sent by the tracker, it would be useful. Yeah, thank you for your suggestion. Yeah, I think that's good to know. Video storage and uploading. Let me see. So, I think that would be cool if you could forward your question to the email, one of the email address. Well, better use growth@wialon.com. Then we can look at it in more detail, because I'm not sure that I understand. Yeah, and I think that we need more time. This format does not allow us to go through it. So if you could just drop a line, that would be cool. All right, waiting for my questions if you have them. All right, let us have a few more minutes for you to post questions if you have some. Some questions are being answered right in the section, as you can see. Those Concerning video storage, I think, yeah, Sama, if you just can email us, that would be great. Those questions related to Wialon platform, I think are better be covered on a specialized, dedicated webinar later. And anyway, I mean, that's not a bad thing that you're posting them. Probably will use them to, customize, to adapt the webinar to what exactly is interesting to you. All right, I think that this is it. I can't see any more questions coming. Oh, then thank you very much, Dan. You're a great audience and hope to see you soon. Hope to see you in our event. Yeah, those questions that weren't answered during this time will be answered later. Or if some of you, those that are related to our video, could just email to the email address you can see in the slide, it would be cool. It was a pleasure presenting to you. Yeah, have a good day then.